She tapping out again. She's quitting on her team again. The facts was she had not finished any season. Her rookie year with the Sky, she tapped out. She did not finish with Unrivaled. She tapped out, didn't even show up to the playoff games.
Angel Reese is delusional if she doesn't think that her teammates, don't see what's going on and probably despise her. Because we heard, man, earlier this season.
What happens when a rookie sensation becomes the league's biggest question mark? Angel Reese burst onto the WNBA scene like a supernova, breaking records and capturing headlines. But now whispers follow her everywhere she goes. Critics are asking the unthinkable. Is the Bayou Barbie actually quitting on her teams when things get tough? The accusations are damning. Multiple mysterious injuries at convenient times, teams winning championships without her. A pattern so suspicious that even her supporters are starting to question what's really going on behind the scenes.
But that's it. I've done what I had to do. I don't need to stick around for all this losing. She's been saying her back hurts. Nobody knows anything about the injury. Nobody knows.
You can constantly post on Instagram what you're doing. You can constantly post on Instagram your fashion. Like, you could constantly do all of these things where you need your back, except use it on the basketball court.
Angel Reese didn't just enter the WNBA, she bulldozed through it. Her rookie season was nothing short of spectacular. She became the fastest player in league history to record 500 points and 500 rebounds, achieving this milestone in just 38 games. That's not just impressive, that's historically dominant. The double-doubles kept coming like clockwork. 15 straight games of double-digit points and rebounds, tying Candace Parker's rookie record. She was selected to the All-Star game in her first season, becoming the face of a new generation alongside Caitlin Clark. Everything pointed to a legendary career in the making. But success in sports isn't just about talent. It's about showing up when your team needs you most, and that's where Angel Reese's story takes a troubling turn.
And then this season, post All-Star break, it seemed like that is all she cared about. She realized this team stinks. Tyler Marsh is a bum. Jeff P's a bum. They all stink. I'm not taking that away from her.
That Angel Reese basically quit on the team. That's how I feel. That's an opinion, not factual. It looks like it. I think that they are probably not too pleased with her.
September 6th became a date that would haunt Reese's reputation. During a game against the LA Sparks, she suffered what appeared to be a routine wrist injury. Nothing seemed catastrophic at first, but then came the announcement that shocked everyone: season-ending surgery. Her rookie campaign was over. The timing raised eyebrows immediately. The Chicago Sky were struggling, sitting near the bottom of the standings with no playoff hopes. Critics whispered that maybe, just maybe, the injury was more convenient than coincidental. Why fight through pain for a lost season when you could preserve your body for next year? The whispers grew louder when medical experts noted that many wrist injuries in basketball can be managed conservatively. But Reese chose surgery, chose to shut it down, chose to walk away when her team needed leadership most.
No matter what, the Chicago Sky will not make it to the playoffs. So whether you show up now or later or earlier, you had to miss enough games so that the blame could not be on you.
Before the injury drama, another pattern was emerging that painted a concerning picture of Reese's temperament. The technical fouls were piling up at an alarming rate. Her season opener against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever set the tone when she picked up a technical for unsportsmanlike conduct, but that was just the beginning. Game after game, officials were hitting her with technicals for arguing calls, showing dissent, and crossing the line of acceptable behavior. She was walking a tightrope towards suspension, accumulating warnings faster than any rookie should. The technical fouls weren't just about competitive fire, they revealed something deeper about how Reese handled adversity. When things didn't go her way, when calls didn't favor her, when pressure mounted, she lashed out instead of leading through example.
Especially when Angel Reese is missing these blown layups that literally are costing them games, making all these terrible plays, refusing to pass the ball because she's so bent on keeping up with Caitlin Clark. She's putting she's grabbing the ball and putting it back up.
If the WNBA season raised questions, Reese's stint in the unrivaled league provided damning answers. This new 3-on-3 league was supposed to be her redemption arc, a chance to prove she was committed to basketball year-round. Instead, it became another chapter in her growing reputation for abandoning ship. The moment that defined everything happened during a crucial game. Reese became the first player ever ejected from the unrivaled league after making an offensive gesture toward a referee. Not just any referee, but an official trying to maintain order in a brand new league, trying to establish credibility. The gesture wasn't just unsportsmanlike, it was destructive to the league's image. But what happened next was even worse. Just as her unrivaled team was making a push toward the playoffs, Reese developed another mysterious injury. This time, it was her hand. Her team went on to win the championship without her. Think about that for a moment. The player they built their roster around, the supposed superstar, wasn't even needed for them to capture the title. They were better without her drama, better without her distractions, better without her.
So, we start calling it out. Hey, are you quitting again? It appears you're quitting again just because your team not good. Just like rookie year, once you realize you stood no chance to win rookie of the year, you quit. Tyler Marsh is a bum. Jeff P's a bum. They all stink. I'm not taking that away from her. I'm not blaming her for the higher-ups being trash and the roster being horrible.
Back in Chicago, the situation was deteriorating rapidly. The Sky finished with a brutal 8-25 record, one of the worst in franchise history. For a team that had invested heavily in Reese as their cornerstone player, the results were devastating. Currently, Reese is sidelined with yet another mysterious injury, this time to her back. She's missed 6 consecutive games, and each absence feels more strategic than medical. The team continues to struggle. But here's the kicker. They're not struggling any worse without their supposed star player. The Sky are playing with more energy, better ball movement, and improved team chemistry. It's as if removing the drama has allowed everyone else to breathe easier. When your team plays better without you, that's not a coincidence. That's a problem.
She's injured, right? Always injured. It was the wrist, and then rivalry, it was something else. And now, guys, it was her back, well, her leg, then her back. What makes it even worse, guys, she comes back and she says, I want to hoop. Meaning like, okay, I'm done with this, with all of this play around stuff. I think that I'm bored now. I actually miss being on the court. I want to hoop. I want to put on the shorts that...
The whispers have become roars. Sports analysts, former players, and fans are no longer hiding their suspicions. The pattern is too obvious to ignore. Every time Angel Reese faces adversity, every time her team hits rough patches, every time the spotlight gets too hot, she develops an injury. Critics aren't just questioning her toughness anymore, they're questioning her character. Social media is brutal, with fans creating memes about injury Reese and her ability to develop mysterious ailments right when her teams need her most. The accusations go beyond just faking injuries. People are saying she's a quitter, that she lacks the mental fortitude required to be a championship player. These aren't random trolls talking. These are respected voices in basketball who've seen enough to form strong opinions.
And Angel Reese, feeding into this villain narrative, painted a bigger target on her back that she did not necessarily need. Angel Reese could have went a completely different route. But this is what Angel Reese wanted. She wanted to be the villain. They don't just watch the WNBA because of one player, that one player being the Caucasian chick, Caitlin Clark. They watch it because of Me Too.
Let's examine the injury timeline, because the pattern is impossible to ignore. First, the wrist injury that ended her rookie season, just as the Sky were mathematically eliminated from playoffs. Then, the hand injury in Unrivaled that surfaced right before championship games. Now, a back injury that keeps her out during crucial games, but allows her to maintain her social media presence. What's particularly suspicious is the lack of transparency around these injuries. No detailed medical reports, no clear timelines for return, no visible signs of distress when she's spotted away from the court. She's been seen at various events looking perfectly healthy while her teams struggle without her. Medical professionals have noted that back injuries in particular are notoriously difficult to verify objectively. It's an injury that relies heavily on patient self-reporting, making it nearly impossible for teams to challenge. Convenient? Absolutely.
After the game, she said it was ugly. Very ugly for me, but I tried to push through as much as I could for my teammates because I know they need me out there. Okay, it's not clear what the disconnect is between Reese and the organization, but her comments revealed that the recovery process did not go smooth.
While her teams crater, Reese's Instagram game remains stronger than ever. She posts cryptic messages about self-empowerment, motivational quotes about overcoming haters, and glamorous photo shoots that show zero signs of physical distress. Her Twitter responses to criticism have become legendary for their dismissiveness. One-word replies like "next" or "anyway" when confronted with legitimate questions about her availability. She's treating serious concerns about her commitment like they're nothing more than background noise. The contrast is stark. Players dealing with genuine injuries typically show frustration, provide updates, demonstrate their rehabilitation efforts. Reese treats her injuries like they're classified information while simultaneously living her best life on social platforms.
Exactly what's going on because they could not find anything, right? Maybe the MRI came back and they was like, we don't see anything. Maybe, just maybe, anybody who knows sports, anybody with a set of eyeballs that work, could see that Angel Reese was full of it.
The Chicago Sky invested heavily in Angel Reese, both financially and philosophically. They built marketing campaigns around her, structured their roster to complement her skills, and positioned her as the face of the franchise. The return on that investment has been catastrophic. Front office sources, speaking anonymously, have expressed frustration with her availability and commitment level. When your highest-paid player becomes your biggest liability, when other players start questioning the star's dedication, when fans lose faith in your cornerstone investment, that's organizational poison. The Sky are reportedly exploring their options, though they're being careful about public statements. Trading or releasing Reese would be admitting their franchise-altering mistake, but keeping her might be even more damaging to team culture and fan support.
WNBA got rid of Liz Cambage, who is far more better than Angel Reese. I don't get what Angel Reese has over the WNBA. I don't get what Angel Reese has over the organization. But if they were smart, they would do what they needed to do.
The comparison to Caitlin Clark has become unavoidable and unflattering for Reese. When Clark faces adversity, she fights through it. When she's injured, she provides clear updates and visible rehabilitation efforts. When her team struggles, she takes responsibility and works harder. Clark has built a reputation for toughness, accountability, and leadership. Reese has built a reputation for disappearing when things get difficult. The contrast in their approaches to similar challenges has created a stark divide in public perception. Fans and media now use Clark as the standard for how rookies should handle pressure and setbacks. By that measure, Reese falls dramatically short. The rivalry that was supposed to elevate both players has instead highlighted everything wrong with Reese's approach to professional basketball.
Angel Reese, in my opinion, has been given a lot of time and opportunities to show the world that she can indeed play basketball. And for her to be labeled as the best player on the team really says a lot about the roster.
Angel Reese stands at a crossroads that will define her entire career. The talent is undeniable, the physical tools are elite, but the mental makeup remains a massive question mark. Teams around the league are watching how this situation unfolds because it will determine her value moving forward. If the pattern continues, if more mysterious injuries surface during difficult moments, if she keeps abandoning teams when they need her most, her reputation may become irreparable. Talent alone isn't enough in professional sports. Teams need players they can count on, especially when the stakes are highest. The WNBA has invested significant marketing resources in promoting Reese as one of the faces of the new generation. But faces of leagues don't disappear during crucial moments. They show up, they fight through adversity, they lead by example.
She wanted to be the villain. They don't just watch the WNBA because of one player, that one player being the Caucasian chick, Caitlin Clark. They watch it because of Me Too. Me Too, right? It says here that after the game, she said it was ugly.
So what's the truth about Angel Reese? Is she a generational talent dealing with legitimate injury concerns, or is she a player who lacks the mental fortitude required for championship-level basketball? The evidence is compelling, but the final judgment remains in her hands. The pattern of convenient injuries, the timing of her absences, the improved team performance without her, and the lack of transparency around her medical situations all point toward troubling conclusions. But patterns can be broken, reputations can be rebuilt, and careers can be salvaged. What happens next will determine whether Angel Reese becomes remembered as a cautionary tale about wasted potential or as a player who overcame early struggles to achieve greatness. The basketball world is watching, and the clock is ticking on her opportunity to change the narrative. One thing is certain. The next time Angel Reese faces adversity, the scrutiny will be intense, the expectations will be clear, and the consequences of her choices will be permanent. The question isn't whether she can play basketball at an elite level, the question is whether she will.